finally not raining, I can take the Hooligan's Chariot out for a little adventure. What a nice day. It's been raining the past, like, whole weekend. Oh, great. Now it wants to stall out. Come on. Now it wants to idle really low. Let's just ignore it. Just go on. Look, once you start going, the problem's not even there. So do you really have an idle problem? I don't think so. Look at that. There we go. Hey, you ruined my pull. I probably shouldn't be doing that anyways. I have a new intercooler to install, so I probably shouldn't be too, like, whistle and diesel with the car. Guys, I don't know about you, but I want some tacos, so I'm going to Chipotle. Anyway, so it's been a minute since I've taken the Hooligan's Chariot out for a little cruise. You'll notice that if I look around here, the interior is now like all black. That is because on Facebook Marketplace, I did get lucky, and I did find a full, or just about full black interior for this car, including these seats. Do I miss the bucket seats? Yes, I do, because I can slide around a lot. But with that said, the ones I had in the car were from the previous owner, and they did not fit. They hit the ceiling here. They were just like generic bucket seats. They weren't Sparkos or anything nice. So I was like, you know what? Let's get some really nice quality, or sorry, really fresh, really mint-looking OEM seats. And it's the black leather, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the rarest Eclipse color for the interior. I think gray is the most common, then you got the tan, and then you got the black, which I think everyone wants. It's very hard to find. The only things I haven't replaced are the seat belts, which I do have in the garage. I just am a little nervous to do the seat belts because it's a seat belt. The glove box and this whole piece right here. And I am probably just gonna wrap them black with like a matte black vinyl, so that'll be fine. And then for the rest of the back there, like the rear hatch, I'll just probably get a black cargo cover, just cover it up. I also want to quickly make a point because people have made fun of this. My alignment is mostly fine. If I let go of the steering wheel, okay, well, hang on. If I let go of the steering wheel, it's mostly fine. It pulls very slightly to the right, but the actual hub on here is crooked. I just keep forgetting to rotate it. So, yeah, ignore that. Like I was saying, I got this whole black interior installed. It looks so much better. It took me a little longer than I'd like to admit to do it, but no, the black interior is so much nicer. Even in the black, like the OEM black interior Eclipses, the headliner was tan for whatever reason, so that's the thing. You know, sometimes I sit here and wonder why I chose to daily drive this car. This car is probably one of, if not the most, it's probably the most known in social media for being unreliable. At least one of. And now I don't know what's rattling back there. I think it's the glass or something, I don't know. Anyway, so, I mean, that aside, it's a nice day. I can actually keep the windows up for better audio without roasting, because it's not 800 degrees outside, it's like 72. Which is very nice. I can actually sit here and talk to you guys. If you guys don't know, I do like car rollers. Hold on. Ah, I love the blow valve. Alright, sorry as I mosey on in here. If I get interrupted one more time, I'm actually gonna freak out, bro. Stop. I understand it. There's probably someone up there. I understand. Stop. Please. Thank you. I've never drifted a real car. I've only, so... What are you even looking at? If there's no cop here, I'm gonna actually... Wow. What a false alarm. You know, so... Oh, are we back to a normal idle? Yesn't. Alright, whatever, man. Obviously, I've told you guys, I've daily driven this car for about 2 years. Ah, I love this thing. With that said, it's only broken down once, and it was kind of my fault with the alternator belt snapping. That's the only time, or well, no, sorry, twice. Sorry, twice. Once was that, and one time I did a pull, and I became a goofy goober. I shifted from second to fifth. Now, normally that doesn't seem like such a bad thing. Somehow, my throttle plate got stuck, cracked open, and it would do a weird idle surge, and it took me like a month to figure out what was wrong with it, because I'm a noob mechanic, so don't ever listen to me for mechanic advice. But eventually we figured it out, and it fixed it, went away. So, okay. Dailying a DSM is probably not smart. I really should probably have another car, so this... I'm just gonna, you know, put that away for now. We don't need that anyways, we got eyes. I lost my train of thought again. I'm legit, I can't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah, sorry, dailying the DSM. Yeah, I mean, I made that video recently talking about how I don't think DSMs are like just unreliable by nature. I think it's a lot of what the owner does to them and how they treat the car, which I do still believe that. With that said, it's an old car. It's not immune to, you know, things. The timing belt could just say, all right, I'm done, chief, and nuke my engine. I really hope it doesn't. It looks fresh. Okay, I've seen it all. It's an Altima, of course. I lost my train of thought again. I'm gonna freak out, bro. We had some fun. Ooh, GRD6. Sorry. With that said, the Eclipse is going nowhere. I will never, ever sell this car. This car, I hate to say, is in good condition for DSMs. Well, I mean, kind of. Compared to like any other car, I'd say it's clapped. But to other DSMs, I would say this is like pretty good condition. I mean, mostly all stock. The turbo is just a bolt-on. Headers are a bolt-on. Exhaust is a bolt-on. Like, nothing internal is changed out that I know of. And I still want to keep making content with this car, but I do think it is smart for me to get a second vehicle. I do think it is smart for me to get a second vehicle. If you hit me, I will... Hey, give me a GSX. Green arrow, please, 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 please. Gimme, yes. Yahoo! Wahoo! Mario hit the green arrow. I rev match downshift and take the turn. Oh no, and we are coming to a stop. Why is there so much traffic? Mario do not understand why there is so much traffic. Please, Mario's driving a small, half-Japanese sports car that's not idling, right? Anyways. Alright, don't pull out in front of me. You guys have a stop sign. I don't, so I'm gonna make my turn like this. Look at that. I turned. Wow! Oh yeah, this car also has a max speeding rod. I almost missed my turn. This car also has a max speeding rod coilovers, and if you know anything about them, they cause situations like that, where you get launched into orbit whenever you go over a bump. So with that said, I'm gonna perform a parking maneuver. Gotta make sure everyone knows I'm backing into a spot like a real annoying JDM kid with their clapped out VQ. I'm sorry guys, I don't like VQs. Look at that. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Crank that parking brake, turn this off, and look at that. I got me a turbo timer. Oh yeah, should probably put this back up. Sorry buddy. I didn't mean to get mad at you. TLDR, this car is going nowhere. I'm gonna keep this car. Let me get out of the Chariot. Oh, I'm tall. For context, guys, I'm like 6 foot, and in like the 3000 GT2, you're like this. Your head's like this close to the roof. Mitsubishi made their roofs real low, but the trade-off is your car looks really cool. We are indeed wrapping this car gloss black. It's getting a full KBD body kit. I forgot the name of it. Blitz, the KBD Blitz kit. So it's gonna have black wrap body kit, keeping the black wheels for a full blacked out appearance. It's got the black interior, and then we will do the mechanical stuff in this car. It's gonna be good. All right, I know it's not as cool, but let's get a little warm start. Yeah, it's now hot. I'm rolling these down. If the audio gets bad, I apologize, but I'm cooking in here. Bruh, let me go. Oh. Why is that not a yield sign? Why is that a stop sign? I'm yielding. Beats me. Oh, I can go. Yay. Oh, I can go about 3 feet. All things considered, once everything is fixed on this car that is broken, I do think it'll be a nice car. Nicer. The interior will be finished soon. It's like 90% of the way down. Just gotta wrap that bit. Engine, I got the 2 new belts, new intercooler, new valve cover, because it leaks. Hey, green arrow. Oh. Excuse me, just don't mind me. What the freak? Not a very good pull, or a very fast pull, but you don't need to be going 300,000 miles an hour to have fun. This car makes me happy. That's all that matters. And I'm gonna get in the left lane, because why not? This car makes me happy. Oh, nice downshift. I really think we have lost touch with what makes cars fun. Car culture right now is so convoluted with having 8,000 horsepower and having a brand new 2025 BMW M4 Comp. Dude, it doesn't matter what you drive. You could drive a Corolla. If it's your car and you like it, it makes you happy. That's all that matters. I want to make a point real quick. Okay, regardless of what you drive, if your car makes you happy and you like it, that's all that matters. It's your car. No one can take away from that. Now, I'm sure there's a joke about respecting all builds and how there's like a bunch of AutoZone, like, you know, clap builds. Okay, man, people are gonna be, I'm not trying to define what's dumb and what looks bad in terms of cars, but if it makes them happy, man, come on, you don't gotta pick on them for that. Like, sure, maybe it's funny to look at. but that's their car, you know? We've just become so disconnected with having the cleanest car, the fastest car, the most expensive car. Dude, when is it gonna go back to just being, hey, I like cars. Hey, I've got a car. It's not the best car, but it's my car. That's cool. I drive this car. Hey, that's cool, man. Let's take some pictures together. We have lost that as a car community, or as car enthusiasts. We're not doing this again. My point is, just enjoy the cars. If it's got 4 wheels and an engine, man, it's cool. I can think of something positive to say about every car. Now, I know I make a joke about I don't like VQs. There's good things about VQs. I think a lot of people disrespect the car and turn them into something that, you know, isn't necessarily desirable. But at the end of the day, there's good things about every car. I'm sorry, even Mitsubishi Mirages, even the Eclipse Cross. There is something good to be said about every car. I'm really tired of seeing people dissing cars because it's not the coolest car if you cut me off. Thank you. I'm tired of seeing people clown on other people just for not having the fastest car, the cleanest car. Like, that's not what being an enthusiast is about. Being an enthusiast is being an enthusiast about cars. Liking cars, all cars. Like this car, for example, sure, it's an Eclipse, but it's got tons of things wrong with it. It squeaks when I start up. It leaks. That's cracked, which people keep telling me is a big problem. I don't really see the issue with it. I don't know, man. Sorry for the rant. I'm just saying, like, I just feel like social media, I don't want to say social media is fully to blame, because I feel like in a lot of ways, social media has really brought a lot of enthusiasts together. Think about slamming off Gatlinburg. I know what happened was really bad at Gatlinburg, but think about like the past Gats and the other Slam Enough shows and other car shows. Think about all the enthusiasts who have come together from different sides of the country, from different cities, different, you know, car cultures, and getting to meet up for the first time and getting to see each other, getting to experience new cars, new people. That's really cool. That's special. Cars really bring people together. I really think when you're at a show, you know, a car show or something similar, everyone kind of puts their differences aside. This is addicting. And then the other half of that is the people who do disrespect the cars and are doing things like takeovers or, you know, causing mobs and raiding places. That's a different problem. But I'm talking about basically the friendly fire within the car community. Maybe it is because of social media. I don't know. I'm not here to like point fingers. I'm guilty of this myself. I'll be like, oh dude, what did that guy do to that VQ? You know, and I'm just using VQ as an example, but I've heard this quote so many times of comparison is the thief of joy. Sure, it might be a good motivator for things, but it really is the thief of joy. I don't know, man. Sorry, rant over. Cars are awesome. Motorcycles are awesome. I love motorcycles. I want my dream bike is a brand new Yamaha R9. I mean, I don't know, I probably won't have that for a long time, but engines and wheels, man. There's something to it. It's an art. It's a windy day. Now, even though when I was sitting there at Chipotle, it was like 80 degrees or something. I don't know, probably not. I'm being dramatic. I'll plug this thing back in. To me, motorcycles are toys. I feel like a car is always going to be more serious, cooler to an extent. I mean, obviously safer. But with that said, I love motorcycles. If more people rode motorcycles, they'd be a lot safer. There'd be more awareness, maybe more safety technology in some way. I don't know. If you're the guy who's doing 120 in heavily populated areas, 120, 100, anything, you know, just being reckless in general, man, you're part of the problem. No, well, I mean, even in general, I'm a huge advocate for starting on a 300. That's what I did, 300cc. But yeah, a 300cc is a starter bike, but it's a motorcycle. It's plenty fast. Ignore this, by the way. I'm not overheating. This thing is messed up. It's because of my intercooler, I think. You don't need to have a 140 horsepower motorcycle to have fun. Why do you think so many people have so much fun on Groms? Because it's not about what you're riding. It's the joy of being on a motorcycle. Having fun, experiencing the open air. You know, not being locked in a cage. I don't know, man. Maybe I just have a bad perspective on it, because everyone always wants a 600 or higher. I like 300cc's. No, they don't sound the best at all, but comparatively to most cars you're gonna see on the street, a bike's gonna be faster. Except maybe like a Grom, obviously, but... So yeah, we'll get the body, I know I mentioned this already a lot, but we'll get the body kit on, get the gloss black wrap on, finish the interior, and do the mechanical refresh. And then this car should be pretty much done, I say in air quotes. And I know it has a bigger, like, I think it's a knockoff, but a 16G turbo. It's my daily driver. I don't want to boost. Like, I don't think I have ARP head studs or anything built in the engine, so I don't want to, you know, exponentially increase the horsepower. I know my turbo is probably capable of at least 350 horsepower. I'd say it, with a good tune, probably could push 400. Would I do that? No. It's my daily. It's plenty fast. It really is. With just the turbo, it is plenty fast. And it's, you know, I've done plenty of those pulls. It is reliable at this power. I'm going to leave it like that. It's fine. I don't need to go I don't need to go 800 miles an hour. I prefer, I mean, this is I'm gonna sound like such a nerd, such an initial deep glazer, but I really do prefer toge kind of driving where I'm just, where I'm just enjoying some windy roads and some music. Woo. Ooh. That also to me requires more skill, knowing where the limits of the car are. You know, just knowing your car well. I know the Eclipse well. And even if this one is a front wheel drive, it handles very well. Sure, it won't drift, but there's probably situations where it will take a corner faster than some cars. Not saying that's a lot of situations. Front wheel drive is worse than rear wheel and all wheel, but it's not terrible. It's not the worst. It's not the end of the world, especially for a daily driver car. Would I like a GSX? Yeah, absolutely. I love a GSX that's all-wheel drive. Anyways, sorry, this was a whole lot of rambling. I don't know, man. I'm just sitting here making videos talking to myself like a weirdo.